my YouTube channel. I'm back with a new video. In today's video, we are going to be looking at how to provision an EC2 instance on AWS. If you're coming from the background of virtual private servers, then when it comes to AWS, then we talk of EC2 instance. So EC2 in short stands for Elastic Compute Cloud, and it's one of the core services that is offered by AWS that allows you to launch and manage virtual servers in the cloud. So in this video, we are going to see how to provision an EC2 instance, create a new or edit the existing security group so that we are able to access the EC2 instance IP on our browser. And the third thing that we want to check is how to access the EC2 instance on SSH. Right, so if you are new to AWS, then you can just search for AWS account. You have quite a number of options here, but then we are just going to work with this AWS account. Just click on that. So here you can click on sign into console. If you do that, you are taken to this other page. So if you are new to AWS, then you can easily create a new AWS account from here. Right, if you have an existing account and you are the root user, then you can easily work with what we have here that is selected as default. Then if you have a sub account that is IAM user, then just click on this and proceed and ensure that your account has the right privileges to provision an EC2 instance. Right, so let's work with the root user. Then just click on next, then sign in. So this is how the AWS dashboard looks like. We have quite a number of services that you can work with. We have quite a number of them here. So in our case, we just want to work with EC2 instance. If you had previously accessed the EC2 dashboard, then you can just click on that here. If you are new, then just search for it here, EC2. Alright, here it is. Just click on that. Alright, so in this dashboard, we are just going directly to click on instances running. Just click on that. Alright, so if you had some instances that had already been launched, they would appear in this section and all the information will be indicated here. Right, so we are just going directly to launch an instance. So just click on launch instances. Alright, so we need to fill in some information here, and the first one is the name of the instance. So we are just going to name it training instance. Right, then the second section is for the application and OS images. So here we select the image that we want to use. The popular ones are the Ubuntu and the Windows images, but depending on the type of server on the type of the OS that you need, you can just select from the list given here. So for the scope of this video, we're just going to work with Ubuntu image. Right, then for the Amazon machine image, we are going to work with what has been selected by default, and it's eligible for the free tier. So what this means is that we can use it for some time without being charged. If you don't go beyond a certain threshold of usage, then it will be there for free. Right, but from this list, you can just check on whatever features that are there and select the one that you deem fit for your project. Right, so in our case, we're going to work with the default. Then for the architecture, we are just going to work with what has been selected by default. For the instance type as well, we are just going to work with the T2 micro. You can see the features that it has. If you feel that your project requires more than that, then you can select another package from the list that has been given. We have T2 small, we have T2 medium, T2 large, and all that. So in my case, I'm going to work with the default T2 micro that has been selected. Right, then for the key pair, this is for the purposes of accessing our instance. You can either select an existing one or create a new one. So if you are to create a new one, just click on create new key pair, then just enter the name here. Let us call it training key. All right, then leave the rest as default and then click on create key pair. So the next thing that we need to set is the network settings. So here we need to set the security settings. This is to restrict either access of our instance on SSH or on the browser. So let's create a new one from this section. Alternatively, we can select an existing one from this section. If you had created one, well and good, select it from here, but we are going to create a new one. So the new security group that we want to create is that we have access to SSH and one that also allows HTTP traffic from the internet. All right, then we are just going to leave everything as it is in the storage section, and also in the advanced section we do not have to change anything. All right, so let us just click on launch instance. All right, in a few seconds our instance has been launched. So let's navigate back to the instances dashboard. All right, so here we are. This is the new instance that we have created some seconds ago, and it's currently in the pending state. To check on the status, you can just click on this button here. All right, it's already in the running state, and the status is being initialized. So in the meantime, as the status is being checked, let us open the instance. Let's just click on that, then click connect. So let's see how to connect to our instance. So there are two ways of accessing our instance. One of them is from the browser and the other one is on SSH. Remember, we generated a key pair that is supposed to assist us in accessing our instance. So right here, what we need to do, this is to assist us in accessing it directly from our browser. So let us just click connect. It's already establishing a connection, and there we go. We have been able to access our instance on the browser. So here we can learn some few commands. So one of them, let us just update our application repository. So what we need to do is sudo apt update. So seeing that the current user is the Ubuntu user, this was created by default. So what we just need to do is to ensure that we have sudo before typing any other command, right? So let's have that. In the meantime, as the update happens, then we can also get back and see how to access it using SSH. All right, so let us just click on connect. Then we have this option of SSH client. All right, so we have the instructions on how to access our instance here. So open an SSH client. So I have my terminal here. Then locate the private key file. This is the key that we have just created. So it's in the download folder. All right, so I'm told that in fact it has been indicated that we named it training key.pem. So what we need to do is to change the permission of this file. So that is it. Just press enter. All right, so the next thing is to connect to your instance using its public DNS. All right, so what we have here, we have been given the command to do that. So let me just select that, then just paste it here, then just press enter. confirm that. Yes. And there we go. We have also been able to access it from our browser. So here we can just run the common commands. Present working directory. We are currently in Ubuntu. Then we can create a file. We can create such a file, index.php, or rather okay, HP. If we are else, we are able to see that file here. Alright, so what we need to check on, we need to check that the update has been fixed. So the other thing, remember, we added a security settings that enables us to access our EC2 instance on HTTP. So what we need to do, let us just search for this public IP. Then let us have it on the browser. Alright, it's not connecting. So what we need to do, let us install a web server. Let us install a web server. Then we also need to come back here under the instances. And we are seeing that all the tests have passed, so everything should be working as expected. Alright, so one of the popular web server is the nginx. So let's do that. We install nginx. Alright, let's confirm that. Alright, having done that, let's try to access our public IP, and there we go. That we are told that welcome to nginx. If you are seeing this page, the nginx web server is successfully installed and working. So this is simply because we configured that our instance should be accessible on HTTP. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to get this page even after installing a web server. Once you are done with the EC2 instance, it's always a good practice to terminate the instance, if at all it was for testing purposes. So in our case, we had provisioned this instance for practice purposes, and therefore we do not need to leave it in a running state. Otherwise, we might start being charged by AWS. So what we need to do, we just need to come back to this instance dashboard. Then we have our instance here. If you have a list of instances, just ensure to delete the one that is the right one. So just select on that checkbox. This will select all the instances. But if you had a list of instances and you just wanted to delete one of them, you can just check this checkbox alongside the specific instance that you want to terminate. Once it's checked, click on the instance state. You get a list of options. So what we need to do, we need to terminate the instance. Alright, so you are just given a disclaimer here. Just proceed and terminate. So if you check on the instance state, it's already shutting down. So you can just give it time to complete the termination process. But be sure, once it has been started, it will be terminated completely. Then just to do some more cleanups, you can go to EC2 instances. Remember, we created some key pairs. We also need to delete them. However, you may not be charged for the key pairs that you created. Alright. So let's open that on a new tab. Let's also check on the security groups. We might have created some of them. Alright, so on the security group section, let's do some cleanups. So just select all, deselect the default, because this one is the default security group, which will not be deleted. Right, so under the actions drop down, just select on that and select delete security groups. Alright, so just to confirm, enter delete and proceed. As that happens, let's also proceed to the key pair section. Let us select all, click on that drop down and select delete and confirm delete. Alright, that being done, we are sure that we will not be charged by AWS for the instance that we had created. So I think that should mark the end of this video. We have run quite a bit of skill set. If you found this video helpful, ensure to subscribe to our channel, share it with your loved ones, and also drop a comment in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.